Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick story on Al B. Shore. Al B. Shore was coming out with a book, and the book was called Do You Believe Me Now? And he had a publisher for the book. It was Simon Schuster. They was doing pre-orders. They had a lot of promotion up about this book. Now, let me tell you this. The book is now put on ice by the publisher because the publisher and apparently I'll be sure are having creative differences. The publisher wanted him to put more information about Diddy in the book, and all of a sudden he's not willing to put in more information about Diddy. Now let me give you a diva thought really quick. My diva thought is this: a lot of people outside of the prosecutors were banking, hoping, and planning on the fact that Diddy was going to be found guilty of all charges brought against him. And they was banking on it and betting on it. Why? Because as soon as that guilty verdict would have came down for all the charges, a cash cow machine would have started for all of these people wishing and praying for his downfall. They would have been going on interviews saying thank God and giving stories and accounts of what Diddy allegedly did or didn't do to them. They would have been writing books. It would have been a frenzy. It would have been crazy. So when that verdict came down and he was only charged with the two-man acts, a lot of people were not just disappointed, they were extremely disappointed because they already dug Diddy's grave, picked out the casket, had the nails to nail him in shut. They was banking on a full guilty verdict across the board. Why all of a sudden? Because they saying Al B. Shore didn't want to put more information in this book about Diddy. But why? Why all of a sudden? Al B. Shore has been extremely vocal about how Diddy caused his 2022 a coma, about how Diddy allegedly took the life of Kim Porter. He's been very vocal. So why now you was writing this book when he was on trial, and now all of a sudden you don't want to put more information in the book about Diddy? Why? Because he was only found guilty of the Mann Act, and that if you put more stuff in there, you could be liable because he's not going to end up spending the rest of his life in prison. I do believe that stuff happened in the Diddy orbit. Listen, stuff happens in our orbit in the everyday life, right? So this stuff happened. Oh, I believe stuff happened. But what I also believe, just like regular people, when they tell you a story, oh, I went to the party the other day, this, that happened, and you find out later on that they embellished the story, that it didn't quite happen the way they said it happened. That's what's happening in the Diddy orbit. People had experiences. They're putting 2010 on the experience. Some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, right? They're putting 2010 on the experience to see if they can have a cash cow money-making machine out of said experience. It's just ironic to me that now all of a sudden they're icing Al B. Shore's book, and he didn't want to put information about Diddy in it. But he was doing all kind of interviews and stuff, saying, wait till y'all hear about what was I going to say? What happened to me. He actually said in one thing that he said, when you hear what happened there, you're really going to have to call Homeland Security. What happened now? So Simon & Schuster puts Al B. Shore book on ice amid creative differences over Diddy. There's a battle over Diddy between Al B. Shore and Simon Schuster. The publisher had promised that the singer, who was once married to Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, I just didn't know that they actually were married. Y'all could let me know in the chat. I just thought they were dating. They had, sorry about that. They were dating. They had their child together, but I didn't know they had officially got married, and that they officially, I guess, got a divorce. I didn't know that. The publisher had promised that the singer, I think I read that too. Oh, wait, the publisher had promised that the singer, who was once married to Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, would reveal dirt on the rapper in a new book, including a claim that he has something to do with Al B. Shore falling into a coma in 2022. But after announcing the memoir, Do You Believe Me Now, in May ahead of Diddy's trial, Simon & Schuster has pulled it from its website, and we're told the project is on ice. The R&B crooner's lawyer, Robert J. Hantman, told Page Six that there's been creative differences over Diddy between Shore and the publisher. Simon & Schuster wanted him to include more stuff about P. Diddy, but he didn't really want to go there, Hantman said. He hopes to work it out with them, he added. The book is suddenly unavailable for pre-order on Amazon, which along with Audible posted a new release date of December 31, 2050. The page for the audio edition of the book has also been removed from Amazon entirely. Shore and Diddy's history dates back to the 1990s at Uptown Records, where Shore was the label's biggest star and a young Combs was an intern. The Secret Garden singer was married to Porter, who became Diddy's longtime on and off partner and mother to 3 of the Bad Boy Records founders' children. She and Shore had son Quincy Brown, whom Diddy adopted. But it is now, information that Diddy never adopted Quincy. And as Al B. Shore pointed out at one time, you notice that Quincy's last name is still Brown. Okay, it is not, Combs. Shore has been one of the mogul's most vocal industry critics amid his trial and various ongoing SA allegations. He has even said in interviews promoting the book that he believed Diddy has something to do with his 2022 coma that resulted in him having a liver transplant. He also cast doubt on pneumonia being the cause of ex-Porter's 2018 death. His public remarks about Diddy and Porter set off a media firestorm as he speculated about possible ties between his life-threatening medical crisis and Sean Combs, according to Simon & Schuster's press release about the book. Readers were promised a memoir that reveals the untold story of his near-death health emergency, shocking ties to Sean Combs, romance with the late Kim Porter, and the extraordinary highs and life-threatening lows of being a pioneer New Jack Swing superstar. While claiming that Simon & Schuster wanted more Diddy in the tome, Hitman also told us he believes someone could have interfered because they were afraid of the truth coming out. Well, if someone interfered because they were afraid of the truth coming out, but they're saying that he didn't put enough Diddy information in the book, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And if someone interfered, why wait till August? Why did they not interfere in May when the book was announced? I don't know. It's something in the water ain't clean. If someone interfered, we're going to investigate. We'll speak to famed private eye, Bo Dietl. We're thinking of getting Bo to investigate, he said. Combs has never commented on Shore's allegations, and multiple sources told us they handle him with kid gloves because he's mentally unstable. Who's mentally unstable? Al B. Shore? This is crazy. The lawyer shot back. He's not mentally deficient. If someone says he's insane, come out and contact me directly so we can sue them, he said. In July, Combs was found guilty of transportation to engage in P, so 2 counts of the Mann Act, but was cleared as trafficking and racketeering charges. Shore's son Quincy remains by Diddy's side and has been a staunch supporter in court, along with the hip-hop mogul's other children. Diddy will be sentenced on October 3rd. Simon & Schuster did not get back to us after multiple attempts. This is interesting. But I will go back to this. I will say this. My thought is that, and that's why some people was like, wrote letters to the judge saying, don't let Diddy out. He's a danger to all the victims. He's a danger to society. He's a dangerous man. I go back to this has more to do with people were going to be okay telling their stories if Diddy was locked up for life. But now that they know he has the possibility of getting out sooner than later, they're not so eager or ready to tell their stories. I just can't see that if it's someone from Diddy's team, they waited to now to stop this book versus trying to stop it back in May. I don't know. it's an interesting situation. Let me know your thoughts. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this book being, put on ice, and that, Albie Shore and his lawyer thinking Diddy perhaps has something to do with this book being put on ice. I mean, which one is it? Is Albie Shore not willing to put certain things in the book now? Or do you think somebody is blocking it? Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video.